As a project manager, you might be working in the industry. You might be working in the construction or in the IT environment. You might also be working in the health sector or for an administration or for a governmental organization. In all those situations, any project, the cost management part is following exactly the same paths, the same processes, and going through the same activities. It's Christian from Vision 6D, and this is what I'm going to show you right now. All projects, they start with an idea, with something we want to change, with something we want to innovate, with something we want to create. Once we have the idea, we need to define exactly what we want to do and how we want it to be. For this, we define the scope of the project. That means all the deliverables, all what is included in this project. Once we know this, we are going to start to cost estimate those developments, those creations. For this, we do the cost estimation. For this, we are based on what is called the basis of estimation. The basis of estimation is a file or a folder in which we will have all the estimations we did. At the end, we really have the estimation of the costs. All this, we are following what is called the cost management plan, in which there is defined how we should proceed with the cost, with the budget for this project. Yes, you know it as well as I know it. In all projects, it never happens as we expected it. So there is something that is really important. It's to make some reserves, to make some financial reserves. They are there to help us in the case that something unexpected happens. These are often called contingency reserves. According to the cost management plan, we've done our estimations. With those estimations, we are now ready to prepare the budget. And the budget, it's summing up all the different estimates we've done. Of course, to the budget, we will also add the reserve for risks. Once the budget is established, it will be the baseline of the spending in the project. It means that we know with the budget to what will be attributed the different amounts we have within that budget, and we will also know when we are going to spend them. The cost baseline is the reference to which we will compare all the costs of the project. With this, it's a way to measure the performances in terms of costs and spending. The budget of this project is now ready. I've secured some reserves and I'm ready to take this as the baseline for the costs into this project. There is now one thing that is missing. It's the approval of the shareholders and the sponsors of this project. For them, it is an investment decision, and once they approve it, there is one important point. It's that they need to secure the funding of the project to make sure that along this project, I will, as a project manager, get the finances I need to complete this project in a successful way. Now that the project has been approved, the real work can start. And in some projects, we need to buy systems, we need to buy equipment, we need to buy machines, we need to buy services. For this, we have the management of the procurement. For example, we are going to send call for tenders and we are getting back the offers from the suppliers. Those offers, of course, we have to evaluate them, but we will also use them to refine our costs. We'll know at that moment the real value of the costs in this project. For this, it will also help us in preparing what is the planning of the detailed costs, meaning I need to know when I will spend money. The second thing is that as soon as the project got its kickoff and ready to start, we already started to have those control processes. We will all the way through the end of the project control the cost spending. For this, we are going to use the baseline, which is our reference, and we are going to look at variances in the spending according to that baseline. And for this, we are going to use the method of the earned value. With that, of course, that we need to do cost forecasts, because accounting, they will need to know when to expect to have some spending for the project. We are moving ahead into this project and things are happening well. So well that we start to receive the first bills from the supplier. And you see that I indicated that we need to do payments with those indications as PMT, and these are the payments which are scheduled and must be done. When the project manager is in charge of the costs, he must also get those informations about bills and payments. While the project is going ahead, the project manager will have a look at the cost and consolidate the cost information and prepare reports. He will look if there are variances compared to the baseline of the costs. If there are too big variances, he will be in charge of intervening into the project and correcting the situation. Along this project, there will be many different reports and reporting on cost spending. I kept just one here up, which is the final report. This is done when we do the closing of the report and we know exactly how much was spent in the whole project, and we know in the globality what was the cost of the project. We will keep this as historical information, but we need also to keep this and to master this, because there can always be audits and control of a project. So that's it. Through all this project, I presented you the different processes and activities concerning costs that you find in a project, from the moment you have the ID till the moment you get the final cost report or the final financial report, which is part of the closing. You appreciated it, so thumb up, share it with your friends, subscribe to my channel because there will be many more, and subscribing to the channel helps me really a lot. So till then, I'm really looking forward to see you. Have a great time. Bye bye.